Hello, everyone. I figured this video, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a quick discussion video while I do a little bit of grinding for some stuff. Um, what I want this video to be about is just kind of highlighting, um, like steps moving forward where I think kind of to save for, what to progress, what to, I think just kind of considering like moving forward, what to kind of get in terms of how to spend your hard earned currency in this game. Because I think there's always a lot of characters coming out. There's always this idea of like meta versus who you want. Um, and I think it's really important to kind of consider. Give me one quick second. I'm going to lower my volume because my volume is a little high and it's making it a little hard to concentrate on our conversation here. Um, and so what I'm trying to say here is that I think moving forward, there's always this notion. I'm not someone that kind of plays for characters. I like playing for meta, which that's a play style, right? I like playing for meta. I think that's just generally I like having good characters. I find that enjoyable. That's nothing against people who like the other way around and want to play the characters they want to play. But I think there's also an element of like if you want to remain relatively free to play, there's a level of needing to kind of not chase meta, but chase characters that are strong for the meta, that stay relevant for very long periods of time, as opposed to I just realized I did not go through my items last time. Whoops. Like right now, I'm not really looking. Oh, this is decent. It's got only proficiency on it. But I don't know. Like, so there's a lot of conversations about, oh, should I, what character should I save for? Who should I uh go with? Get rid of? Should I like summon on this banner? Should I not summon on this banner? And I think that's really kind of, you know, first off, it always depends on your account. I think before we do anything else, whatever you do, it really does just your account dictates a lot of what you're going for. So, like when we look at my characters, I have a lot of characters. I am a dolphin, but there's a lot of characters that I have. There's also these two I have not, Evelyn and Vivian are the two I have not, and then Lighter I have not summoned for. Um, the reason I never summoned for Evelyn was because if you look at my account, I don't need Evelyn. Because I have Yanagi and Miyabi, and so I just paired Astra Yao with both of them, and that's a phenomenal. It's actually I think the best, one of the best teams in the game right now. My other favorite team is gonna be actually I'll just go to my team menu right here and I'll show you. Because I have them already set as presets. This is I think these two are my favorite teams right now. Is gonna be Squad One, Squad Two. They do what they need to do very well. I just realized that I don't know why I can just do this. Um, so these are my two favorite squads in the game. To this one has been this is actually a relatively older squad. Um, so just quickly running through why Bernice is one of my favorite. I just like her. So I have her completely maxed out. I don't have her W engine maxed out. I need to go do that. But we can see her stats, her attack, her anomaly versus her energy regen. Her general playstyle is just go in, give pop her skill, and then just she's now an off-field DPS. I've always really liked Jane's playstyle because I think Jane has this really nice playstyle of just dodging. And then when in conjunction, and then you put Caesar on the field. Caesar's probably one of my favorite characters in the game. I know even though she's quote unquote Pride Win dropped down a little bit, she's still my favorite. I like when we look at my characters. If you look at my teams, I like having one slightly defensive option on that team. I think in longer fights it gives you a little bit more um, leeway. So in this game, you really just want like three-ish teams. I think that's pretty much it. And then once you have three well-established teams, you're pretty much set to go. Like if you look, I have one, two, and three squads. One, two, three. The only thing about Squad 3 was actually that was a mistake. I was never actually trying to get S and B. I was just building a pity, and then out of nowhere I got her, and then I got her W engine. So if we go here, she was, and then since I got her, her and oh, come back. Where'd you go? So we look at her. So she's got decent stats. So I was like, oh, I got her. So now I need to build her up, right? So I mean, in her W engine, I got in a single pull, which has never ever happened to me. So I was like, well, I guess I'm playing S and B then. So that makes this now my squad three, right? So these three work pretty well with each other. Now the next thing to think about though is that now that I have these three teams, it's about just improving squads one, two, and three and making their bases a little bit better. So for instance, so if you're thinking about do I summon for Vivian? Well, Vivian would work on this team, squad two or squad one, right? But squad one, two, I already have everything I need for that team. There's no reason to summon for Vivian because that would just be a horizontal investment versus a vertical investment, right? She's not going to help me out in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to move my account forward. She's just going to be different. And I already have a quantum right here with Astra Yao because she's doing some quantum damage. So I'm like, great, I don't really need her. And so that's where and you know, this is also from a meta standpoint. You really want to think about, okay, the anniversary is coming up. Hoyoverse tends to release a semi-broken character during the anniversary. Like in Genshin, it is usually your Archons, but they're usually not the anniversary, but like the patch couple later. I don't play Genshin. I played like for a little bit, but years ago, but it just was not my style of game. I like this game a little bit more. I just like the aesthetics of it. I like the feel. It feels more like a fighting combat game. While Genshin just it was more exploration, and while you know that's great, I just didn't really resonate with me. It never really had. So what we're ooh, keep going, and then I need some coffee right now. And so with that in mind, I'm thinking, okay, from a meta stand, I think a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not a meta person. Oh, I think that's a wrong way to take it. I think that if you like actively try to go after meta and like get everyone at their exact best, you know, sweet. I got that. But like for instance, so like for here's a good example. I will always tell everyone you should chase supports. Damage dealers Miyabi eventually is going to be power crept. It's just the rule of the land that DPS get power crept. You know who do not get power crept? Sports like Astra Yao and Caesar are going to be good for long periods of time. You know why they're going to be good for long periods of time? Because they're supports. They could their supports be overlapped? Yeah, they can be overlapped. Are they can they be like power crept? Of course they can be. But if I look at my teams, so let's go back. I want to go look at my presets. Um, like Caesar is right here. She's in both, right? So these aren't all my presets, but like all my presets. These aren't only any teams that I use. But if we look at them, like I could put Astra Yao here too. Like she just can slot in everywhere. And so that begs this bigger question about like who should you be summoning for? I will normally, and then also just to give you a quick heads up, and then Bernice is also, I consider Bernice like a support because she's an off-field damage DPS, but she's doing that off-field, which is very, very helpful, right? So I kind of consider her a support. There is only two agents I have at M1 that aren't the that are limited characters, and that would be if I go to cinemas, it's her because part of the reason I went for this, it increased from 100 to 140. That means I don't need to have her up as much and it increases her anomaly buildup. This is huge. This is a massive DPS. This makes her a little bit more future proof in the sense that, like, oh, like Vivian came out and she's a little bit better than M0 Bernice. Or I could get just an M1 Bernice and then I never need Vivian, right? So or not never, but like she's just not useful to me. She's just a Bernice does exactly what Vivian is doing. And the other one that I have at M1 is Astria. And that's because she gives an all type res reduction. And that's massive damage increases. As well as increasing her decibel gaining. And so and then when she activates, so that makes it so that everyone gets some more invulnerability. It adds a defensive option. So when you think about it, This makes her way more for like when future supports come out. Astraea will still remain very, very good. I'm not condoning spending money. What I am just telling you is my thinking process is that, oh, good, and I got these things, is that I process this, I think of this more as like, how can I maximize what I'm getting out of this game without having to go crazy, crazy, crazy. Like some people will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get M6. I'm saving up for M6," and that's fine. Do you? But that's not gonna. I mean, like I think of like all these other because I play Star Rail, and like there are M6 characters that are limited M6 characters from 1.0 that cannot compete even remotely with um characters now, like M0 characters at this given moment. I actually need to. There's so much story I have not done. We'll do the story later. I need to finish these two things up. I have the season one epilogues. I'm a little behind right now on the story, just because I like to just. I mean, the story is good. I think the story in this game is absolutely one of my favorites. I, it's a great story. I just not have not been keeping up with it. But when I think about moving forward, there may or may not be some broken characters coming out in the near future, but like you want to think about that. But like also void hunters, you save for void hunters. Like let's just be real about that. You need to save for void hunters. If you want to remain a dolphin and also being able to do all end game mode, this is a gotcha game. They're trying to get you to spend money. You need to think about who is my most valuable characters. Now, if I'm looking at this, I also need to bump these characters up. I just got lazy. Um, but like you need to think about, okay, I'm playing this game. Remember, their job is to get you to spend money. But if you save for proper characters, you don't need to spend that kind of cash. You don't need to spend this big, big dollars because instead of having, for instance, like, okay, for instance, I have Miyabi and Yanagi, right? And I save for both of those because I really wanted them. And now that I have both of them, this team is the best team I have, like without question. And I think it performs leagues better than any other team in the game. Like it is on a different level. That team is probably one of the easiest teams that I have. So like it literally just breezes through content. I'm gonna um as we're like talking through this, you really want to think about okay, how do I maximize the value of whatever I'm putting into this game so that way I am not having to spend uh, enormous amounts of money to keep up with the game. And again, that could be a skill. You can interpret that information however you want. Uh, what is this reset? Um, and so I only say these things because you want to maximize value. Always maximize value. It's the purpose so that you're never spending a lot of money in this game. Okay? I want to reiterate that point. If you are looking to stay free to play, you need to maximize what it is you're putting in and the value you're getting out of said items. Because otherwise, like if you're like, oh, I'm gonna set like I'm gonna only save, I'm gonna get this character because I think it's really cool. Yeah, that's fine, but you have to also remember then you got to be okay with not being able to complete end game modes. And that's just that. Not trying to say I condone that practice. I'm just saying that is the reality of how this game operates. And we've had this. This is a conversation across many gotcha games. I always like to think, how do I be most efficient with what I'm like spending on and what I'm doing? And that is like Vivian is not. I don't think she's a needed character. I just don't. I don't think she's relatively needed. Yet we have an anniversary coming up where there might be a character that can last the year, right? Like we look at Acheron from Honkai Star Rail. She's going to be good for a very long time. We look at Castries from Honkai Star Rail. She's going to be good for a very long time. You look at the Archons from Genshin. They're always still good. And so look at the Void Hunter, Miyabi. Look at in this game. Miyabi is like on a league of her own in terms of damage. So I'm just saying, if you want to be a low spender, free to play, you need to, and you want to be able to do all end game modes, then it is really, really important that you save wisely and that you spend on things that will maximize your account and keep it future proof. That's pretty much the best thing I have to say. Okay, that's it for this video, folks. I just wanted to make this a short video talking about my account, what my plans are moving forward. Again, I'm going to, you're going to look at this and you're like, well, you have 40 summons right now. Yeah, I'm not summoned for Vivian, and I have a guaranteed next. There's an anniversary coming up. I guarantee there's probably going to be some broken characters coming at that anniversary. I'm not summoning right now because I don't need to. I know I could test out every character, but I'm also going to take the advice I'm giving. I think it's more important. I think sometimes when I watch some YouTubers, they're like, don't summon, and then they're summoning every single character, and I'm like, for content purposes, yes, that makes sense. But at the same time, you're also taking away from your audience and saying, well, there are guides out there, and I want this account to be more of something like, hey, do what I do. Maybe at some point I will go against that. Right now, I'm not making money off this channel, so I can't be spending money all willy-nilly. Um, I have to be, frugal with the way I'm spending in this game. So I'm going to continue doing this path. If this channel grows much larger and I can do that to just demonstrate characters, I will never, I think, be one of those people that M6 is a character every single time, because I also think that that is not being representative of what is actually happening in the game. I try to stay as much of a low spender as possible, going for M0s and only M1. If that M1 is super duper broken, like Caesar is probably my favorite character. Do I have her M1? No, because her M1 isn't that needed. I just don't think it's that great. I don't think it's that her mindscapes do not boost what I have her in the team to do, which is be a shield support. Her mindscape boosts her damage and impact and all that stuff, and that's just not what I'm looking for. I don't want that. Instead, I want a character that if she became more defensive, maybe I would consider it. But like Astro Yao's M1, Bernice's M1, they boost what they're already doing and make it better and more future proof them for like it keeps them future proof. That's all I wanted to say. So again, it's staying very, very keeping my mind like keeping very true to what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's it for this video. And again, if you have, please comment, feedback, uh, comments, questions, all that. Uh, Feel free to ask. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen, and I will talk to you later.